Hi, I'm Miranda, and I can guarantee that you've never heard a story as crazy as mine. But before I continue, click like and subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I grew up as the only child of loving parents who were always there for me. We called ourselves the Three Musketeers. Growing up, I wasn't pretty, or particularly smart, or very rich, but I had tons of photo albums filled with the happiest memories. My life was perfect. And then, suddenly, everything changed. One day, when I was in the 8th grade, there was a big thunderstorm rolling in, but my dog kept whimpering to go outside. I decided to take him for a quick round, and a few minutes later, it started raining. Just as I was diving under a tree for cover, I heard a loud crack and saw a blinding light right before something hit me. I'd been struck by lightning. I felt a sharp pain through my whole body, and then everything went blank. When I opened my eyes, I saw that I was in a hospital bed with my parents' worried-looking faces around me. I felt fine, but as I looked around, I could sense something wasn't quite right. Mom, that wall is 13 degrees off the grid. The ceiling will eventually crack. Everyone looked at me in surprise. I tried to jump out of bed, but the doctor stopped me. Easy, Miranda. We still have to run more tests on you. But I feel fine. I have to go to school. I have exams. Honey, you were out for 3 months. School's over. Wait, what? But I didn't take the exams. I have to talk to the principal. This is a special case, right? She'll let me. Stop worrying about school, love. We're just happy you're okay. You can take it slow. Slow? The universe didn't stop for me, did it? Did the earth stop spinning 1,000 miles per hour because of me? No, it didn't. The doctor ran some more scans, but after the MRI results came out fine, he let me go. When I got home, I went straight to the basement and started taking out a lot of old stuff from my childhood. As I was taking a box to the trash, my parents stopped me. What are you doing, Miranda? You don't need these old pictures, right? Yes, we do. Those pictures are so many memories. Why do you need memories? The past doesn't matter. Only the future. And I need the space for my books anyway. What books? Just then, the doorbell rang. It was the delivery guy with all my new books. How did you pay for these? Oh, I just checked your stocks. And I used some formulas to get ahead of the market. Don't worry, Dad. You probably have $350,784 extra dollars in your account by now. I made my parents rich over the summers. I also took my 8th grade exams, and then I started taking advanced calculus and physics courses online because I was getting really bored. Soon after I joined school again, the teachers realized that I was a genius. They recommended that I join a private school for high achievers, Hill Valley. The admission exam was really tough, but I got in. On the first day, I just put my stuff in the locker when I turned around and bumped headfirst into someone. I looked up to see the cutest guy in the world. Sorry, I was just walking up to you to say hello. I'm Byron. Byron showed me around the school, and he was really fun to be around. I was already imagining my wedding with this guy. The next day, I was late for a class in the science lab. After I'd sneaked in quietly, I realized that the kids around me weren't from my class. Just then, I heard a boy say, "If Einstein was a DJ, you know what his name would be? MC squared!" Get it? It looked like no one got it, but I giggled. This boy was funny. He turned to look at me and he smiled. We became friends that day. His name was Kyle, and he was really smart. He knew everything about everything. Now this was getting confusing because I was also imagining my wedding with this guy. The next few days were a bit crazy. I thought I would be busy studying day and night here, but instead, I was busy taking turns hanging out with these boys. One day after Kyle and I had just solved a complex math problem, he suddenly took my hand. How come I know the 20 digits of pi, but I don't know the 10 digits of your number? What now? I'm asking you out, Miranda. Oh my god! But what about Byron? Oh! I'm really flattered, but let's take it a little slow? He said he totally understood that, and I felt relieved. Later that day at Byron's football game, he scored the winning goal and came running over to me after. Wow, Miranda! You're like a lucky charm for me. Can I ask you out? But what about Kyle? Oh, I'm really flattered, but let's take it a little slow? He said that was completely fine, but now I was worried. How was I ever going to decide? But then, unexpectedly, a solution presented itself. One day I walked into school to see a large crowd gathered in the hall. To my horror, I spotted Kyle and Byron wrestling each other. Why'd you tell Dad I flunked math, huh? You told Dad I didn't make it to the swim team first. You're such a jerk. You're such a geek. Wait, they had the same dad? Just then, a teacher walked in and took them both away. I turned to Bertha, a girl in my class, who was the biggest gossip ever. She was the ears and eyes of the school hallways. So, what's the deal with those two? Oh, Kyle and Byron are half-brothers. Their dad is this really big politician who's always making them compete over everything. So they basically hate each other. They mostly pretend like the other one doesn't even exist, but they went kind of bonkers today. Great! I liked two half-brothers who were arch enemies. But then, it struck me. This was kind of convenient. If they didn't cross paths much, I could date both of them without the other finding out. Obviously, I had to keep it a secret from Snoopy Bertha, which was even harder because she was super chummy with me. I told both Kyle and Byron that I'd love to go out with them, and they were so happy. But I said my parents were very strict and wouldn't let me date. So we had to keep a very low profile. Kyle had classes in an entirely different building, and I started to wear running shoes because I was literally sprinting all the time. And I was lying. A lot. I'd be running across campus every day for my 11 o'clock date with Kyle in the janitor's closet. I really wish we could spend more time together, babe. Oh, me too. But I told Bertha I'd tutor her during recess. She's really bad at math. Poor thing. And then I was running back to meet Byron in the empty school auditorium. Go with me to the movies tomorrow? Oh, no. I had a date with Kyle at the planetarium then. Why wait until tomorrow? Let's just go today, babe. And in the middle of all this drama, I also had to study. But I had to admit, I was really having fun. Until, one day, I was in the cafeteria and Bertha came up to me in super gossip mode. You know that weird nerdy guy from the other building? Byron's brother? Yeah, barely. Kyle, right? Yeah, him. There are security cameras in the computer lab, and he was caught making out with some girl. I spat my juice out all over Bertha. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Take it easy, girl. You seem to be more into gossip than I am. Oh, no, I just choked. So, did they see the girl? Yeah, of course. Her name's Daisy. She's in Kyle's class. What? The girl he was making out with wasn't me? I mean, okay, I was being kind of a hypocrite, right? But it still kind of hurt to be cheated on. Well, at least the decision was made for me. I would only date Byron now. And just come out openly with it. In your face, Kyle. Hey, babe, I have some really good news. My parents are really happy with my grades, and they're okay with me dating you. But he wasn't as happy as I thought he'd be. Yeah. There's something I have to tell you, Miranda. I started dating someone else. What? Why? Because I was tired of having to hide from everyone. Just then, Bertha turned up and kissed Byron. Hey, girl. I guess you've heard? Byron and I are dating. Aren't we great together? What the what? Yeah. Congrats. You guys are the cutest. I was in shock. I went from having two great boyfriends to none in 5 minutes. And I couldn't really blame poor Bertha. I was so mad I had to take it out on someone. So I went to confront Kyle. How could you do this to me? Seriously? You're just going to stand there and act like a victim? What do you mean? I know you were dating Byron while you were going out with me. Yeah, some anonymous person sent me the pictures of you two making out. So all this time you were cheating on me with the person I hate the most. We were done, Miranda, even before Daisy asked me out. I stared at him, speechless, as he started to walk away. He turned back for a second. I really liked you, you know. I realized at that moment that I had been a terrible person, and I just lost the best guy. Sure, Byron was gorgeous and popular, but Kyle had everything I ever wanted. He was smart, funny, and kind. And now, I was alone. I guess I deserved it. For the next few months, I hung out with Bertha and Byron, and it didn't actually bother me at all. But when Byron invited me to his birthday party at his house, I couldn't make an excuse fast enough to get out of it. And now, I'd have to see Kyle again after all this time. Mom noticed that I was looking really bummed out, and she asked me what was wrong. I ended up telling her the entire story. You know what? Something like that happened to me too. I was dating another guy when I met your father, and for a long time, I couldn't decide between them. Really? So what happened? Your father found out and dumped me, just when I was about to tell him that I loved him more than anything. So I had to win him back. Suddenly, she got up and left the room. When she came back, she was holding the most beautiful red dress. When he saw me wearing this, it changed his mind really quickly. Go on, try it. I put it on, and it looked amazing. Maybe I could win Kyle back. When I got to the party, Byron's jaw dropped open. Gosh, Miranda, you look stunning. Yeah, she really does. You go ahead, babe. I need to talk to Miranda for a sec. She pulled me aside, and I noticed she looked mad. What do you think you're doing, you witch? Bertha, what are you? Oh, don't you dare play innocent with me. I know what you're really like. You were two-timing with both brothers. And now you come here wearing that dress? To my boyfriend's birthday? What? You knew about me and the boys? Oh yeah. I know everything that goes on in that school. I told Byron you weren't serious about him, and that's why you wouldn't date him openly. And I sent that picture to Kyle. I suggest you turn around and go home, boyfriend stealer. Oh my god. You took away both my boyfriends. And I'm not here to steal Byron. I don't trust you. And with that, she pulled my dress by the shoulder and ripped it. I lost my temper and attacked her. Before I knew it, everyone had gathered around for our full-blown catfight. Suddenly, I felt myself being pulled away by someone, and I saw that it was Kyle. Byron was holding Bertha back as she kicked and screamed to have a go at me. Kyle took me out to the garden, and I realized I must be looking terrible. What was that all about, Miranda? Nothing. Just some stupid girl stuff. You can go back to your girlfriend. Oh, we broke up months ago. My heart soared with hope. That's so sad. Why? I guess she just wasn't the one for me. As he started walking away, I suddenly took his hand. Kyle, I came here for you today. Give me another chance. I realized almost instantly that I'd made such a mistake. You're the one for me. You're more special than the theory of relativity. Kyle's face broke into a huge grin. You're such a nerd. And you look amazing in that dress. But then you look amazing in anything. And with that, he pulled me in for a kiss and sent me flying to the other end of the universe.